What is up, guys? We're back at it again with another video. So today we're gonna be talking about should you pull for Changli or Jinhsi. I know Jinhsi's dropping soon, so everybody's a little bit excited about which one to pull, and obviously people are wondering, should I pull for this character? Is she worth skipping? So we're gonna be discussing that in this video. Again, I wanted to start this video off with saying, guys, it's a video game. Play to have fun. We're trying to have the most fun possible. Get whatever character you want that looks really enjoyable. Play them. That's the best part, right? Is if you're not having fun at the end of the day, video game's gonna be super boring. This video is more of a guide for like people that want a little bit more guidance to help them decide on what character they want to pick. So if you guys want a really like in-depth breakdown on the numbers that they're gonna be hitting, their best teams, best weapons and supports and stuff like that, I've already made previous videos on this topic on my channel. So if you guys want to go watch those ones to get yourself a little bit more updated, or maybe that will help you even more in making a decision, peek those videos. They're going to help you out a shit ton. With all being said, let's get right into the video. So we're going to be starting this one off with Jinhsi. As y'all know, Jinhsi is a Spectro DPS character, and she's going to be doing a shit ton of DPS. She looks cool as hell with her dragons. I guess her dragon would be the better way to describe it. But yeah, so let's talk about like why you'd want to pull Jinhsi, or like if you even need Jinhsi on your account, right? So one of the first things we got to think about, we just got to know what she does. She is a Spectral DPS that does a shit ton of damage. She does not really buff your team in any way, so she doesn't really have like any supporting capabilities. She's just simply there to just go face and do as much goddamn damage as possible. Now, some of the things you want to consider before pulling for Jinhsi is you got to think of your account, right? So this won't apply to everybody, of course, but for certain people, you gotta think of the characters that you've built so far. So if you've built a bunch of DPS characters, Jinhsi is gonna have like a lot less value in your account, right? Because you already have DPS characters to go around. Another thing you gotta think about is characters after Jinhsi, stuff like, we'll just set up into Changli. So with Changli, she's going to be buffing fusion damage and liberation damage. So if you're playing like Encore or Chisha, you're not going to really want to get Jinhsi if you can't guarantee Changli, because Changli is going to be buffing up those characters a lot more. We'll get back into that when we speak more on Changli. Now, Jinhsi is going to literally be our only Spectral main DPS character. So if you like the Spectral element, now I get this is a bit niche, but like obviously people like elements and everything. Everybody has like an element they like the most. I prefer like fire and electro, as you guys can tell by my previous videos and stuff. Everybody has element they like the most, right? So if you like Spectral, you like the whole light aspect and everything, you're gonna want to get Jinhsi, because she's probably gonna be one of the coolest Spectral characters we're gonna see for a long goddamn time. Her and her dragon, her breath attacks and everything, how elegant she like flies and do all that. Absolutely stunning, amazing character, looks clean. Now, again, she's a simple main DPS, no supporting capabilities, so you don't have to worry about anything else. It's just strictly damage. Now, let's get into our second character. So we're going to be talking about Changli. You already know I'm going to be pulling for her. She's, oh my, bro, guys, I cannot stress enough. This character has to come home. Now, what role does Changli fit into? So Changli is a sub DPS character, which means she's going to be like supporting your main DPS. Now, some of the things that make Changli amazing is that even though she is a sub DPS character, she can actually also do on-field damage as a main DPS character. Now granted, it ain't gonna be no Jinhsi type damage, but it's still good enough into this game where it's gonna be very valuable. So she can fit both roles. Obviously, she won't be a good main DPS, but she makes up for it by being an absolutely S tier sub DPS. Now, upon doing a shit ton of damage, or as well as doing a shit ton of damage, Changli also gives a really good buff to your team. So, with her outro skill, Changli is going to be buffing fusion damage by 20% and resonance liberation damage by 25%. If this seems familiar, it's because it's the exact same as Yin Lin, just for the fusion element instead of electro. So that's going to be very, very good. Another thing that's very good about Changli is that as long as you're not like super main DPSing her, you do not need her signature weapon. Now, granted, her signature weapon is obviously her signature. It will be her best in slot. But not the battle pass, the standard banner sword, that weapon is cracked, guys. It's still going to be very, very good on Changli. So if you pick that sword up and you're going for Changli, you won't really have to worry too much about a weapon for her, right? Because you already got a good weapon for her. Instead of trying to one trick, like just get everything absolutely peak Changli, everything's drop money or whatever to get your weapon as well, you don't need it. This weapon will do just fine. I swear you'll be able to clear all the content in the game with this weapon on your Changli. Now, we spoke about so many things about Changli. It's clear that she's a future-proof character. She's going to be a character that gets a lot of value on your account in the future. Why? Because she buffs fusion damage by 20% and liberation damage by 25%. If they ever drop any more fusion characters, Changli is going to be essential for them. 20% fusion damage and 25% liberation damage is an absolute shit ton of damage that you should not scoff at, and you're going to need for any future fusion enjoyers. Another thing good about Changli is that her on-field time is if you're running a sub DPS, it's very quick. You can go through her rotations very fast, get a lot of damage, and then instant get her outro up, and then send that damage and all the buffs we talked about previously forward to your main carry. So she's a very good character, very versatile. She can cover a lot more niches than Jinhsi. She can do a lot more, right? She's not just stuck to this DPS role. That's it. No, nothing. She does multiple things. She's going to be a lot easier to cater to and build because her second best weapon, or even one of her best weapons, is very easy. Especially if you haven't got your 5-star selector, you can literally grab her second best weapon out of a box that the game guarantees you at level 45. It's cracked. It's going to be nuts. So if you have that sword, you're gonna it's gonna be really, really strong on Changli. You're not gonna need her main weapon unless you're trying to main DPS Changli or just give her the goddamn treatment. And that's pretty much gonna be it. So at the end of the day, let's just get a quick summary of what we think. If you need a main DPS, Jinhsi. If you like the way she looks and everything like that, and you like the spectral element, Jinhsi is gonna be cracked. But other than that, Changli is going to be a lot better for your account. Fusion damage, sub DPS crack. Her main DPS is decent. Her fusion damage buff plus liberation damage, absolutely nuts. Going to be future proof buff all for her future characters that are going to be fusion. It's going to be really, really good. And on top of all that, her weapon, her second best weapon, is extremely easy to come by, and everybody can literally guarantee it at level 45. Now, that's going to be it for this video, but I want to end it off and say, guys, at the end of the day, remember, you play games for fun. You want to get this character because she looks cool? Get the character because they look cool. You're going to be able to clear every single content in the game regardless of which one of them you get. So have fun, right? This is more of just a guide to give people reasons, or try and help people make up their mind on what character they want, right? Again, video games are for fun. We're here to have fun, play the cool characters, play the characters that look the more enjoyable to us. And at the end of the day, I'm going to leave y'all with that, guys. So remember, play the game for fun. Don't stress too much about the tier list. Don't stress too much about which character is better than which. Enjoy yourselves. If you guys like the video, comment, subscribe, and let me know which one y'all gonna pull for. With that all being said, I want y'all to have a wonderful day. Peace out.